Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Lord, I don't know how to say this without trembling, but lately it feels like you're far away. I pray and hear nothing. I wait and nothing stirs. The silence grows heavy, not peaceful, but echoing with uncertainty. I ask questions and the answers don't come. I seek, but the doors stay shut. I knock, and I wonder if you still hear. Are you listening, Lord? Do you still see me down here, curled up in the ache, waiting for a whisper? Just one word from you. I know what your word says. I know that you never leave, that you are near to the brokenhearted, that you walk with me even through the valley. But right now, it doesn't feel that way, and I don't want to pretend it does, because I believe you can handle honesty. You are not threatened by my doubts. You do not abandon those who wrestle. You are still God, even when I feel nothing. Why, Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? Psalm 10:1. Even King David cried out in confusion. Even saints have known the silence. So maybe I'm not alone in this. Maybe this desert is sacred ground too. Maybe this silence is not a punishment, but a different kind of invitation. An invitation to trust, not in what I feel, but in who you are. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. So even when the sky stays quiet, even when prayers feel like they float unanswered, I choose to believe. You are here. You are still holding me. Even in the hush, you are still working. Even behind the curtain, you are still God. Even when I don't understand your timing. Lord, help me to stay. Help me to wait. Help me not to run from the silence, but to sit in it with hope. To light a candle in the quiet and let it burn as an act of faith. Let this silence become a sanctuary, not a sentence. Let this stillness stretch my soul, not into despair, but into deeper trust. And when I don't know what to say anymore, teach me to simply whisper, I'm still here, Lord, and I still believe. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Lord, I want to trust you, but some days the doubts come in waves. They slip in through the cracks, not loud, not dramatic, but quiet and steady. They whisper, what if God isn't listening? What if you're wasting your prayers? What if this silence means He's done with you? I try to fight them. I try to remember the times you've come through, the healing, the open doors, the answered cries. But memory fades fast when the present feels hollow. I know doubt isn't the opposite of faith. Sometimes it's part of the journey. Even Thomas, your disciple, needed to touch your wounds. So today, I bring my doubts to you, not to hide them, but to surrender them. I open my hands and lay down the questions. Why is this taking so long? Why can't I feel you anymore? What did I do wrong? Immediately the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. Mark 9:24. That's my prayer too, Lord. I do believe. Help my unbelief. I'm not asking for all the answers, just the strength to stay with you in the middle of the unknown. When feelings fail me, let your truth carry me. When I can't sense your presence, remind me that your promises still stand. The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God stands forever. Isaiah 48. You are not a feeling, you are not an emotion. You are the eternal, unchanging God, yesterday, today, and forever. So I choose again, not because it's easy, but because you're worthy. I choose to trust, even if it feels fragile, even if I must do it with shaking hands. Let my doubt become the soil where deeper faith is born. Let the questions drive me closer, not away. Let my heart remember that love doesn't disappear in the silence. Sometimes it deepens. So today I will walk in trust, not in certainty, not in clarity, but in quiet, faithful surrender. Blessed is she who believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. Luke 1:45. Lord, I want to be that person. Let that kind of belief grow in me, even now. Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has born? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. Lord, there are moments when I wonder if I've slipped through the cracks of heaven. When days blur together and prayers feel unanswered, not denied, just unnoticed. The world keeps moving, but I feel stuck, waiting in a place that feels quiet, forgotten, left behind. And the enemy whispers, "See, God has forgotten you. You're not worth remembering." But your word tells me a different story. You are not like people who forget. You are not like the world that moves on. You are the God who counts the hairs on my head, the God who bottles every tear, the God who etched my name on the palm of his hand. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. Lamentations 3:25. So here I am again, Lord, seeking, not with eloquent words, not with strong faith, but with a heart that still aches to be seen. And in that ache, I hear a whisper, not from my fears, but from you. I see you. Not just the version of me I show the world, not just the polished prayers or faithful posts. You see the tears I cry alone, the weariness I carry silently, the longing I try to bury. You see all of it, and you stay. You never left. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:8. Even in the silence, even in the waiting, even in the confusion, you are still Emmanuel, God with us. So I won't measure your faithfulness by how I feel today. I will measure it by the cross, by the empty tomb, by every page of scripture that declares, I am not forgotten. Lord, help me to rest in your love, not in my accomplishments, not in others' approval, not in constant answers, but in you. You remember me, you delight in me, you pursue me, even when I hide. Let that be enough. Let that be my anchor. Let that be the song that sings over the silence. I may not feel remembered by the world, but I am cherished by the King of Heaven, and that is everything. But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. Romans 8:25. Lord, there's a weight in waiting that no one really warns us about. It's not just the passing of time. It's the pressing of questions. It's the ache of watching others move forward while I remain still. I've waited so long, Lord, for clarity, for healing, for a breakthrough, for you to move in a way I can see and feel. And while I wait, my mind runs in circles. Have I missed something? Did I fail you? Am I just not strong enough in faith? The silence makes these doubts louder, and the days feel heavier. But somehow, deep in my soul, I know waiting isn't wasted. You are not the God of delays. You are the God of preparation. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. Lamentations 3:25. Waiting is not punishment. It's invitation to stillness, to trust, to transformation. You're not just working on the outcome, you're working on me, teaching me to unclench my fists, to release my timelines, to breathe even when the way isn't clear. I confess, Lord, my heart wants to rush, to fix things, to figure it out, to force the miracle. But you're not in a hurry. You are shaping something eternal in me. And sometimes healing doesn't come in a moment, but in slow, sacred layers. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. I may not understand the timing, but I choose to trust the one who holds it. Even when the waiting feels endless, even when I'm tired of being patient, even when nothing changes on the outside, change is happening within me. Hope is being refined. Faith is being deepened. Peace is being planted. So today, Lord, I choose to wait, not with clenched teeth, but with open hands, not with bitterness, but with holy expectation. Because you are still writing my story, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is wasted in your hands. Teach me to wait well, with faith that grows, with eyes that watch, with a heart that whispers, even here, I trust you. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. John 10:27. Lord, after all the quiet, after the long, still nights of aching, something has begun to shift. I don't know exactly when it started. It wasn't with thunder. It didn't come in lightning. It came gently. A flicker of warmth in the cold. A whisper, not of words, but of peace. And somehow I knew. You never stopped speaking. Your silence wasn't absence. It was a deeper invitation to listen in a new way, to hear beyond the noise of the world, to tune in, not with my ears, but with my heart. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Psalm 23, 2-3. Yes, Lord, that's what you've done. In the stillness, you taught me to rest, to stop striving, to stop begging for signs and simply be held. Now I understand that sometimes you don't shout because you're not far. You're close, so close that a whisper is enough. And when you speak, it's not just to instruct, it's to restore. You remind me who I am. You call me back by name. You don't speak condemnation, but comfort. Not judgment, but grace. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Isaiah 30:21. That voice is yours, Lord. The one that doesn't rush me, but walks beside me. The one that reminds me, I'm still loved, I'm still called, I'm still known. I may not have heard you for a while, but you've never stopped speaking. You spoke in the silence, in the patience, in the very waiting that once broke me. Now I see it formed me. Now your voice is not just in my ears, it's written on my soul. So speak again, Lord. Guide me into the days ahead with the confidence of a child who knows her father walks with her. Let me not chase noise. Let me not fear quiet. Let me not confuse absence with delay. Because I know now, even when heaven seems silent, you are always near, and I will keep listening, not just for the words, but for the presence, not just for the answer, but for you. Amen.